Hello and welcome to the Solve Network. I'm Shane Borza, host of the podcast. Along with my co-founder Benjamin Goss, we'd like to welcome you. Our mission is to provide solutions and create a network of experts for you to learn from. We hope this episode and expert helps you to learn, grow, and move forward. And now, on with the show.
Scene one, Apple, take one.
Hi, I'm Shane Borza, your content creator coach. I have 2 books on filmmaking, Film Notes, where you learn to write, direct, and produce, and the Film Notes Workbook, where you can learn checklists and paperwork to streamline creating your content. Available at shaneborza.com. I also have filmmaker resources like the Paperwork Bundle with over 300 documents, the Sound Effects Bundle with almost 3,000 files, and the Music Bundle featuring 900 tracks of all genres. Want to build your professional credits? Become an associate producer and get listed on IMDb. Let me help you get your art out into the world.
Scene one, Apple, take one.
I'm going to jump in. We've got about a little under 20 minutes left, so I might suggest that we head over to the Q&A now, and we can kind of wrap up any questions on this with the other stuff too, so we don't run out of question and discussion time.
All righty, so let me come out of this then. All right, so just to kind of wrap up the live demonstration, the most underutilized but most impactful parts of your profile are your summary, who's viewed your profile. If you're looking for leads, that's the perfect place right there, as well as your post views. Who's looking at your posts, how many, looking at those keywords and titles of who's looking at your posts. Those are great ways to learn about who's engaging with your content. So if you want to implement utilizing LinkedIn in strategic ways so that you can have the outcome that I have, where I wake up on a Monday morning, 6 a.m., and I'm sipping my coffee and I open my calendar and I feel a big smile come over my face because I see my calendar full of people who want to work with me. They know my fees, they can afford my fees, and they're not just trying to, as they say, pick my brain. I'm very helpful, but I'm in business, and the timing is good for them, and they know how I work. So how do we implement? What we do is we have what I call an SOI, a sphere of influence, where we build credibility, build authority, build social proof, marketing strategies, clarity sessions, and the psychological reciprocity. Remember I said about giving first? We do our linked leadership strategy, knowing your why, your goals, your unique selling opportunity, opportunities for doing business together, authority, building your authority, your profile best practices, and marketing, as well as networking. We show you the scripts of what to say, how to say it, but also how to make it your own. We don't want you to be cookie cutter. We want to make it your own, but how do you have some guidance and some templates? We help you with that. And then there's action, taking action. You can learn all the steps, but you've got to take action. You have to decide, is now the right time? Take action. You have to have the motivation and the pre-education to have the conversions to help people to know how to choose you. And we also show you how to do risk reversal. Oftentimes people want your product or service, but they're worried about the risks. We show you how to reverse those risks so that they want to work with you and they feel confident working with you. We help you to develop your offer and get those new clients and to develop the momentum for the results. So these are just some of the clients that I've had in the past and what they've had to say about the Link Leadership Program. Again, just showing you some proof that this isn't just a one-shot deal, works for one person. It works for all different types of people, all different industries and business types, where this person actually was laid off a few different times in their career, and they now have this weekly flow of qualified leads and they started their own consulting firm, again, based on the knowledge and experience that they already had. This is one of my former students who took my project management class, and they utilized their LinkedIn connections from when they were in grad school as well as in their career, and they started their own business while still working their corporate job full time. And yet another person here that is showing that only in 10 minutes a day, they were up and running in a new business in less than 60 days. And they had a flow of clients to help them to get up and running. So what I want to do is share with you my gift to you of being a part of my Connections into Customers Linked Leadership 5-Day Challenge. It's a free email-based challenge where every day for 5 days, you'll get an email with a tip, a strategy, or a technique to implement on your own LinkedIn profile. Again, you don't have to be there in person. It's nothing video-based. You get an email every day, very simple, to just give you a tip of what to do to improve your LinkedIn profile to help you to get connections and turn them into customers. Each day, we cover a different topic. Day 1 is about authority. Day 2 is about building your profile. Day 3 is about getting in touch with your target client. And day 4 is about where not only they live, work, and play, but where do you live, work, and play, and where do they intersect so that you will be in the midst of your ideal clients. And then on day 5, what everyone asks about, what do I say? What do I say? We have success scripts for you so that you know not only what to say, but how to say it, because it is different on LinkedIn. So just to wrap up, our Linked Leadership Program is a 5-day challenge that we're giving to your audience, Shane, and it runs February 8th through the 12th. And you get free access and support. And how do you apply? There's free registration right at this link. It's bit.ly/linked leadership 5-day challenge. Again, bit.ly/linked leadership 5-day challenge. And we'll have that again for you at the end. But all you need to do is provide your current LinkedIn profile link, and we will even give you a free assessment of your particular LinkedIn profile. And if you're willing to do the work of 10 to 15 minutes a day, you can have that flow of customers coming to you as well. So now is the time for the Q&A.
Well, thank you for such an informative and in-depth presentation. I thought it was really valuable to see the real world view of LinkedIn and have you go into all the different pieces and kind of go off of just the slideshow. And I think, especially for me, I am on LinkedIn a lot. It's kind of my go-to social media site, but it's so deep. And a lot of the stuff you showed, I had seen that it was there. And there's some comments in the chat that are very similar to what I'm saying now, which is like, oh, I see that's there. I know it's there. I don't really know what it does or how to use it. So that was very helpful. I do want to be mindful of time. We've got about 10 minutes. So if anyone has any questions, just jump right in. I want to make sure you get a chance to ask them. And go ahead and just unmute yourself and speak directly, Latasha.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. I have like 5 pages of notes.
That was just the tip of the iceberg.
Right. That was so beneficial because I look at it every day and I post every day, but I don't know how to interpret those numbers or what to do. I always tell people happy birthday, congratulations, but then it doesn't go further than that. So I just want to say thank you. And my question is, when it comes to your fees, how do the people that are coming in and inboarding, how do they know your fees? Do you put that on your website or where do you put it?
I do not put any of my pricing on my website. And why is that? Because I want to have a conversation with them. I want to have a conversation with them. So if you put your fees, and I mean, it's different for every business, but I'll just say for my business, I don't put my fees on because I don't want someone to just be price conscious without knowing what they're paying for. If I say, do you want to buy a car? And you say, how much is the car? And I say, it's $90,000. you might say, well, that's not going to work for me. But if you knew what you were getting for the $90,000 and you knew that it was affordable for whatever your budget is and whatever you think might not be your budget, there are other things that could make it budget friendly
Yeah.
for you, sales, discounts, whatever other things that would bring it into your budget range. You would never know that if we never had a conversation. So I appreciate your question. And so where your question was, where do they find it? That's when you have that consult so that you can have that one-on-one conversation. So you position yourself so that they will want to know more and to ask questions so that you can have that one-on-one conversation. Now that one-on-one conversation may be one to a few where you have a small group, but it's definitely not just putting it out to the masses, on your website, because then they're not an informed customer. And if you can provide a space to have an informed customer, you distinguish yourself from everyone else where you educate them. If you remember one of the points I made on one of the previous slides about pre-education, if you educate the audience on how to make an informed decision based on whatever it is that you do, likely your competitors are not doing that. And that's why they will choose you, because they've developed a know, like, and trust factor with you, but also you've been transparent to help them. And just by human nature and human psyche, if you do something for them, they not always, but oftentimes will want to reciprocate and do something for you as well. So even if it's not them purchasing from you, they may refer you to someone else. And much of my business comes from referrals from happy customers. So they are my biggest sales mechanism because I don't advertise. I don't pay for ads. I don't do any of that. And it's through these strategies I've developed and building relationships. I'm still in contact with clients and students that I've had since 2012. And I have a client that I just got a few weeks ago. She did one of my classes and she was referred by a student that I had in 2012. And he's still referring people to me all these years later. So I'm not saying that to boast. I'm just saying that it's a strategy that works because it's based on relationship.
Thank you.
You're helpful. Very welcome. Thank you. Other questions?
I wanted to see if you were going to, I know you said this is the tip of the iceberg, but if you were going to give someone either your number one recommendation, or perhaps another way to look at it is the most important thing, if there was one thing that you would say for a LinkedIn profile to that people could go do on their own, what would you say that one thing or the top tip would be?
I would say the top thing is to make sure that your headline speaks for you, because again, it doesn't have to be tied specifically to your resume if you are a working person. It has to do with what can you provide to the person who's looking for just what you have to offer. So whether you are an employee or a business owner, what in that headline will make someone say, that's just who I've been looking for? That headline is the first thing that's going to make them want to dive deeper into your page or not. And of course, smile in your picture.
I want to make sure that everyone has a chance to ask questions or if they have any thoughts. So feel free to dive in. But in the last few minutes here, I want to make sure that you get a chance to talk about your upcoming summit. So if you could tell us, when it is, who it's for, and where people can go to get more information so that they can find out if it's something they want to attend.
Thank you so much, Shane. It's a big passion for me to help empower people to get from where they are to where they want to go, whatever that is for them, whether it's as an employee or as a business owner or a combination of both, because many of the professionals that I work with that are working a full-time job, somewhere in the back of their mind, they've always wanted to do something of their own. And I see such talented, skilled people who have gifts, talents, and abilities that they don't recognize their power, and they don't recognize how their core genius can work for their benefit. And so I help them to see the natural gifts that they have and how to earn income in that, how to develop a business full or part-time. They know where they want to end up. They just don't necessarily know the steps of how to get there. And as a project manager, I'm very process oriented, and I can take that vision and develop the strategy to make it come into fruition. So I developed the Build Your Consulting Business Now Summit because, again, with that idea that's always been in the back of their head or maybe down in their stomach or their heart, is about, well, someday I'm going to do this thing, or someday never comes. How about starting it right now? That's why I put now into the name, because what's stopping you from doing it right now? And oftentimes the answer is, well, I can't leave my full-time job, or I don't know how to make it happen. And I say, if I can show you the way how to make that happen, and you don't have to leave your full-time job, would you take the chance and go after what you've been wanting to do? And usually the answer is yes, because I did it, I've shown others how to do it, and I show them how they can do it too. So the summit is for corporate workers who are looking to transition into entrepreneurship full or part-time, as well as for entrepreneurs who have already started their business. They've been in business for a number of years, and they're looking to move to that next level. They're looking to improve processes and procedures to be able to do their business better. I have a program called Start Your Consulting Business Now, which actually takes you through how to develop your business. That's not what the summit is about. The summit is about being surrounded by the products and services that an employee who is transitioning to entrepreneurship or an existing entrepreneur needs to have in order to do their business more efficiently and more effectively, saving time and money. Because most new entrepreneurs, they feel that maybe they just need a lawyer and an accountant. But as experienced business owners, we know that they need so much more. There's the mindset related things that they need to know about. There's the marketing related things they need to know about, the strategy related things, pricing your fees, all these different things that you usually figure out along the way, making lots of mistakes along the way. And so I wanted to be able to help these professionals to be able to have a vetted resource of other professionals and entrepreneurs so that they could not only get education, but also inspiration of hearing their journeys, hearing their stories, so that they could say, if they did it, I can do it too. And I want them to have the experience so that when they see all these different presentations in these different areas, they can say also, wow, I didn't know I needed that. And I do need that. And I've had so many who have said just that, because we bring experts in a variety of different industries and business types. And you would never know that you needed to have a tax person who can give you various tips and strategies of how to make the most of your business expenses and how to do your marketing in such a way ad-free. All these different types of experts I bring to the table to present to the audience, and I would love to invite your audience to be a part of that as well. The registration fee is a whopping $1. So you can come and get education, inspiration, networking, and whether you need a particular service today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, you don't have to just Google somebody to find them. You will have a vetted resource of all the experts that will also be giving giveaways, downloadable giveaways, so that you can have templates and starter information to be able to start to put into your processes and help you move along the way. So I would love to have your audience be a part. The summit is February 16th through the 20th of 2021. It's a Tuesday through Saturday. And you can register for, again, that whopping $1 at bycbnsummit.com. That's bycbnsummit.com. And that stands for Build Your Consulting Business Now Summit. Now, you might say, I'm not trying to be a consultant, but listen to my definition of a consultant. My definition, new wave definition of consulting, is a professional person, working person who has a minimum of a few years of experience, who shares their knowledge and experience for a professional fee. So if you have an opinion, which I know most of you do, if anyone asks your opinion about something, and maybe you are tired of people picking your brain, asking your advice, you know of people who wouldn't make a move without asking you first, you can monetize that knowledge in your own business. And if you're working full or part-time, you don't have to leave your job. I show you how to not only gain the business while you're working full-time, but also how to do the business that you gain while still working full-time. I did it, and I can show you how to do it too. I'd love to have you join me.
That's fantastic. I really like your consultant definition, the new wave consultant definition. That's fantastic. And like Latasha, I was furiously taking notes this whole time too, and I will be sending those out. I would also like to say that because normally we do these on Thursdays, and by the time we get the download and everything, it's the weekend, and so everything goes out the next week. But because it's Tuesday, I'm going to be able to send this out to everyone by the end of the week, which means that they can join you for the next week challenge, which I think you said starts on the 8th. And that'll also give plenty of time for people to go to the Summit page and register to sign up, or at least see some more information. So really excited that this is all working out time-wise, because I think it'll be a great way to not only spotlight you, give some people some great information about LinkedIn, but also let them know about your summit, because I think that that'll be very helpful for everyone. And like with a lot of the things that many of us as coaches and consultants know, quite often people don't think things apply to them, or they're not able to do them. So I was really excited to hear the way that you look at the definition of consulting, because I think a lot of people will go, oh, that is actually me. Like, maybe I will go. And as we all know, that's something we were all at. It just lit us all up. And I think there's been a lot of new, exciting ideas and collaborations. And so I really encourage anyone who listens to this later to go to bycbnsummit.com. I believe I said that right. Yeah. And check it out. And also connect with Jacqueline on LinkedIn, because she really is an expert. And as she mentioned, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So we are a little over time. So I'm just going to give it back to Jacqueline for one moment and let her tell us where the best place to connect with you is.
Thank you so much, Shane. I really appreciate being in front of your audience, and I thank you all so much for your time. And if I can be of assistance to you, truly, if I can be of assistance to you, answer any additional questions that may come up, please feel free to connect with me through LinkedIn. You can contact me through LinkedIn. I'm Jacqueline Grant, MBA, PMP. There are several Jacqueline Grants in LinkedIn, but Shane has my spelling of my name. If you wouldn't mind putting that into the chat, you just look me up under Jacqueline Grant, MBA, PMP, and you'll find me. And hopefully I look like my picture that you'll recognize me. Also, just as an email address, if you would like to connect with me through email, jgrant@bycbnsummit.com. Just put jgrant in front of the registration link there, and you'll get to me by email as well.
Perfect. And in the notes that I send out, I'll have all your information and all of your links. And that too will be going out to our mailing list. And I'll make sure that you get that as well, so you can broadcast that out. Our next speaker is Dea Neff. She's going to be talking on conflict resolution. She's a conflict resolution specialist, so I'm sure that will be really fascinating. So thank you, everyone who joined me
on the call tonight. And thank you, Jacqueline, for talking so much about LinkedIn, but also your summit. I think it's going to be really exciting to attend that.
It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you so very much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Latasha and Scott, it's good to see you both again, and I'll connect with you again soon. And so hopefully see everybody at Jacqueline's summit.
Thank you, Shane.
All right, good night.
Good to see you, Scott. And of course, Latasha will be seeing you soon.
Hey, my name is James. I'm a lawyer who's always been interested in optimal human performance, and that's how I found Shane. If you're looking to upgrade your mental and physical fitness, then the Ultimate Performance course is for you. It's the key to performing better at work, at home, and in all of life's challenges. I've also found it to be a great community of like-minded and supportive professionals. As Shane says, together, everyone accomplishes more.
Want to have your ultimate performance or find out more about how to optimize your mind and body fitness? Contact me at shaneborza.com and see if the DIY or the group program would be best for you. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Solve Network. These interviews are from our web series of the same name. Want to watch? Head over to YouTube and search for the Solve Network. If you have questions, you can reach out to me at shaneborza.com. On behalf of my co-founder, Benjamin Goss, we're glad you are a part of the network and hope you are finding solutions. If you need solutions, please reach out.